Hi, this is my district profile assignment on the Bakersfield City School District. The Bakersfield City School District has 43 schools within its district. 34 of those schools are elementary and 9 of those schools are middle schools. Some basic information about the Bakersfield City School District is that the total students enrolled in the 14-15 school year was 30,372. The amount of classroom teachers they had was 1,372.82, and the student-to-teacher ratio was 22.12. The amount of ELL students they had was 8,738, and the students with IEPs was 3,122. The poverty statistics listed at the bottom here are current according to the National Center of Education Statistics, which states that 43.3% of the families within the Bakersfield City School District are below the poverty line, and 50% of the families within the Bakersfield City School District are on food stamps or SNAP benefits. These are the district goals. These are always posted in classrooms as well as at the actual district site. Here we have student demographics. The main portion that makes up the population for the Bakersfield City School District students are Hispanic and Latino students, sitting at 78.9%. The next largest would be white or Caucasian students, sitting at 9.4%, and then African American students sitting at 8.2%. The other groups also include American Indian or Alaskan Native, Asian, Filipino, Pacific Islander, and students with 2 or more races. There are also 41 students that did not report what ethnic background they came from or what ethnicity they were. This slide talks about English language learners, which is a big portion of the Bakersfield City School District's population. At the top of the chart, you'll see EO, IFEP, EL, RFEP, TBD, and total. So the first line starts with kindergarten and it goes all the way down to 8th grade. EO stands for English only. IFEP is initial fluent English proficient. EL is English learner. RFEP is reclassified fluent English proficient, and TBD is to be determined. So the main thing we want to focus on here is the RFEPs, the students who come in as speaking Spanish in the home and that Spanish was their first language. These are students that are ELs that we want to be RFEPs or reclassified students. And through kindergarten and 1st grade, we do not reclassify students, but starting in 2nd all the way to 8th grade, we try to reclassify students every year to get them from an EL to a reclassified. And as you can see, the number increases every year as students go from 2nd to 8th grade. This next slide is the district financial trends. On the left, you'll see the general funds revenue. This is where the district receives their money. In the dark blue is the federal revenue, which is the federal government. The green section is other state revenue, which can be through grants and things like that. The pink section is other local revenue, and the orange section, which is where the district receives most of their money, is from the LCFF, which is the local control funding formula, which is California giving the district money. The LCFF requires school districts to involve parents in planning and decision making, as well as in developing the LCAPs. And that'll become important in the next slide. On the right here, you see general fund expenditures, which is where the district says that they allocate the money that they are getting from LCFF and federal revenue and all these other areas. So the dark blue section is books and supplies. The green section is employee benefits. The orange section is certificated salaries. The pink section is classified salaries. And the light blue section is services and other operating expenses. These are the 5 key focus goals of the LCAP. The first key focus goal is effective school leaders, monthly administrative leadership institute trainings, daily classroom visits, effective use of school-level professional development. Through this area, vice principals, principals, coaches, and other support staff have monthly meetings to make sure that the teachers and people on their campus are supported adequately. They also, once a month, go into teachers' classrooms to make sure that they are being supported and teaching the things that they're supposed to be teaching. The second key focus goal is effective teachers. Weekly bank day for professional development, collaboration and planning, teacher advisory committees, coaching, and pragmatic support. Every Wednesday, the Bakersfield City School District allows students to get out an hour early to allow teachers to have planning time. This gets them ready for the weeks ahead so that they know what they're going to be teaching in the future. The third key focus goal is targeted student support systems, systematic intervention system, implementation of comprehensive data management system, strengthening of our English language development instructional programs. So through the third focus goal, schools are being able to find where their ELs need help the most and where their behavior students need help the most as well. So the fourth key focus goal is school climate and culture. District-wide expectations for climate and culture, establishment of board-appointed committees, positive behavior intervention and supports, which is PBIS, coaches to support program implementation. So through the fourth key focus goal, schools are allowed to hire people to help with PBIS, which is the positive behavior interventions and supports, which helps behavior students and also helps the climate on campus be more positive. And the fifth key focus goal is family and community engagement, which is FACE, linking parent involvement to student engagement and achievement, FACE liaisons at all school sites, and parent university. So this ties into the previous slide with the LCFF. The Bakersfield City School District has always had their parents involved in the making of LCAP, and this is where it shows in the family and community engagement area. Next is the strategic plan. These are the performance gaps and greatest needs. The performance gaps are in mathematics. This is where all schools throughout the district need to be focusing on, as well as suspension rates. This says that suspension rates continue to increase with certain students, such as Asian groups, foster youth, but what the district is planning on doing is increasing instructional and social emotional learning support for schools. The greatest needs that the district faces is in English language arts and mathematics. The CASP, which is the California Assessment of Student Performance and Progress, shows that the Bakersfield City School District performs in the orange categories or the red categories, which is low status and very low status. Some recent changes throughout the district are new superintendent. The district recently, within the past 3 years, received a new superintendent. He just renewed his contract for another 3 years as well. The district is always receiving and piloting new curriculum. The extended learning programs are now being given to all schools, all 43 schools within the district. The teachers recently received a pay increase as well. The teachers are also receiving more support staff to help with things in the classroom that they might need. The Bakersfield City School District also recently opened up their alternative school again. This will help with their suspension rates, so when students get suspended, they can go to this alternative school to get the help and support that they need while they're not allowed to go to their regular school. Lunch activities. Some schools have implemented lunch activities which allow students to play soccer, play football, or do cheerleading or other types of sports during lunch in grades 3 through 8. One major recent change was that BCSD took out summer school and or limited summer school. So what they've done is they only have 4 schools open up for summer school this year, but it's only for certain students. Principal change: when the new superintendent came in 3 years ago, he changed around all the principals in all the schools. And just recently, last year, he did the exact same thing. He switched all the principals around again. The Bakersfield City School District is also changing their grading and attendance programs. And just within the past year, the Bakersfield City School District has completely revamped their bus schedule. Some strengths within the district are English language arts. So I know we talked about that as an area for improvement, but it's also their strength because they have been improving since 2016, as well as in mathematics. They've shown an increase in their scores since 2016 as well. Their suspension rates have also declined for all students throughout the district since 2017. Other district strengths include new teacher support, which helps new teachers perform better in the classrooms, trainings during the summer and during the school year for teachers who need help with certain areas, extended learning program, which is the after-school program. They have after-school activities as well as STEAM activities. Tutoring is given for ELL students and low-performing students during school. And BCSD is one of the only districts in Bakersfield to have a school for deaf students. The Bakersfield City School District also offers dual immersion schools and GATE schools. Here are some challenges within the Bakersfield City School District. Poverty. Students come without, so the Bakersfield City School District has now allowed students to have free breakfast and lunch while they're at school. Teacher shortage has really affected the Bakersfield City School District because they don't have enough teachers for all the classrooms that they need. Bakersfield City School District has also battled attendance with students not showing up. Behaviors and parental involvement go together due to the fact that when parents aren't involved in their students' academics and they have bad behaviors, they can continue to become out of control at school when parent involvement is low both at home and through education. The Bakersfield City School District has a high population of ELL students with a low amount of dual immersion. Dual immersion is where teachers teach both in English and in Spanish for students who are English language learners, which statistics have shown helps English language learners become more proficient in English. And the bus schedules. The buses do not transport everyone throughout the district. The big population that is left out is GATE students. Any student who wants to be in a GATE program is not bused to the one GATE school that the Bakersfield City School District has. Here are some recommendations on ways that the Bakersfield City School District can improve. They can offer more trainings in ELL programs, as well as open more dual immersion schools. They can offer more buses, that way all students can be bused to school, even if they're in the GATE program. They also need to train and hire more teachers. They need to be working with the state on allowing good teachers to continue to teach even though they are not credentialed, even past their 2 years that they're already given. They also need to get parents involved in their students' lives. This could be through having after-school activities where parents and students with behavior issues come to the school to work together on making their relationships better. They also need to ignore state suspension rates and punishment rules or open more alternative schools, because what they're doing now is they're punishing 31 students education for one student's behavior problems. They're allowing the behaviors to continue within the school, and they're not doing anything about it because they're not allowed to. And they also need to offer incentives for attendance. They need to give prizes, have small school parties, movies for students who show up to school every day. And here are the references that I used throughout the PowerPoint. I hope you enjoyed my presentation.